Blaming everything on white people. Oh, you're not gonna like this. World War I, white people. World War II, white people. The Vietnam War, white people. Slavery, white people. Systemic racism, white people. Racism in general, white people. Thousands of years of Asian history being wiped off this planet, white people. Africa decentralized for decades. South America decentralized for decades. The Middle East decentralized for decades. White people. Capitalism, white people. Racism in America, white people. Oh, look at that, you're Christian. Bet. Christianity being used to justify slavery? White people. Christianity being used to justify massacring Native Americans? White people. There's a fake Christian that sold Bibles with his own names on it sitting in the White House right now that was built and maintained by slaves. This motherfucker's white. Who led Germany during the 1930s? A white Christian. Which group of people colonized Africa? White Christians. Klan members. White Christians. St. Peter's Cross being misunderstood as a symbol of Satanism. White people. Border problems. White people. White people. The metal community being full of racist, ignorant bitches. White people. Speaking of that, Pantera. White people. The current dog shit state of the movie industry. White people and capitalism. The current dog shit state of the music industry. White people and capitalism. Specifically shit like Spotify. The current dog shit state of the gaming industry. White people and capitalism. Mount Rushmore. White people. This is some colonizer shit. Give native people their sacred land back. Dingoes. White people. The extinction of the dodo bird. White people. Fucking cave diving. White people. Last but not least, the useless existence of you and your mother. White people. That was 2 minutes of speed reading, and I'm barely on page 1 of the cracker book. Blaming everything on...
You can't take people's, historical context away from them. And everybody wants this to. White people are always like, come on! It wasn't us. They want black people to forget everything. Every year, white people add 100 years to how long ago slavery was. I've heard educated white people say slavery was 400 years ago. No, it very wasn't. It was 140 years ago. That's two 70-year-old ladies living and dying back to back. That's how recently you could buy a guy.
That's it.
And it's not like slavery ended and then everything has been amazing. It just...
Oh, glad that's over.
Oh, yeah, it just ended like a clean where you don't have to wipe. Just boom. And then it's just been parades and presents ever since. You gotta remember that if you meet a black person, they have gray hair, they remember a time they weren't allowed to use a certain toilet. So give them a little, time to be...
Hello brothers and sisters, and welcome to yet another interesting episode. In today's episode, we will be watching more and more white people admitting to the fact that black people are not the problem and they, the white race, are the problem. This is something that for a very long time they have been failing to admit. That's exactly what you're going to learn in this video. So stay tuned and let's watch this video. And as we watch this video, I'd want you to watch it with a very keen ear and let me know what your thoughts are concerning all these. If at all you've enjoyed the video to this point, or if at all you're enjoying the video to this point, then please give this video a thumbs up and also consider supporting the channel by sharing the video and also by subscribing.
White people, let's talk about it. Let's talk about our violence. White violence. No more deflecting, no more blaming everything on everybody else. Let's confront ourselves. White people in America, our history is so extremely violent. And instead of confronting that, we continue to blame other people for the issues and the problems in this country, instead of just taking ownership of our part to play in everything, which is a huge part. Can we stop scapegoating other groups of people, please, and just look at ourselves? White people, it's time to talk about it. It's long past time. Getting rid of other groups of people in this country is not going to make this country better. It's not going to make your life better. It's not going to make you better. I think white people are so scared to talk about race and to talk about white violence and white supremacy because they don't want to connect themselves to it. We don't want to feel like we're a part of the problem. But unless you're acknowledging the reality of how the US, this country, runs, you are a part of the problem. I truly believe in my heart, in my soul, that if you're born a white person in this country or on this planet, but I'll just speak about this country, part of that journey is to dismantle systems that have been built to oppress other people. The hard work of life is to confront yourself. How do I benefit from the way that things are? And how does my benefiting from those things harm other people? And instead of walking around with, 1,000-pound bag of shame on your back, consider it your responsibility to do that work. Consider it an opportunity that you are in the best possible position to make this world a better place by not accepting racist and prejudiced and oppressive systems for what they are and trying to contribute to changing them. Use the privilege that you have for good. I don't think that anybody can ever really love themselves without being honest about themselves, without being honest with themselves. And that work is painful and hard, but it's so worth it. White people, you don't have to consciously think that you're better than other people in order to contribute to harm against them. All it takes to contribute to harm is to stay silent and disengaged. White people, can we finally get this shit right? Can we finally take accountability? Can we finally look ourselves in the mirror and decide that this isn't good enough? We're not doing a good enough job. You aren't losing because somebody else is safe and cared for. You aren't losing because somebody different than you exists. White people, let's talk about it. Let's start having these conversations with ourselves and with each other.
I am so sick and tired of this chip that you're carrying on your shoulder. We have bent over backwards. We have done backflips to make you feel equal. And yet, we've done everything. Perfect example is in the federal government. If you and I get the exact same rating for a position, do you know what? You get it. And do you know why? Because you're black. Is that fair? Is that fair to me?
There is a woeful lack of understanding, not only in the black community, but really in the white community, of why black people are in the condition that we're in and why all of the efforts that whites have made and government has made to try to solve the problem in the way that government sees fit has not really worked. And blacks are still crying out for more and more and more. And I realize that this is an irritant to white people because you really don't understand. And it's not really your fault. It's not really your fault. You just don't understand. But I think if you gave yourself a chance to hear what happened to these black people that makes them as they are as an irritant to you and those who think you have done the best you could. And maybe you have, but I respectfully suggest to you that there's so much more that could be done, that should be done, and that must be done if America is to survive. Believe me.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I hope you're doing fine wherever you're tuning in from. As usual, I am your presenter and your host, Kachina, and I am so glad that you made it to the very end of the video. Now, for a very long time, or as always, white people or the white race have always been blaming people from other races. They've always been blaming minorities in America. I'm talking about blaming the Jewish community, blaming the black community, blaming the Asian community or the Latino community, and this has been a habit for a very long time. You find most of the times the black community is being blamed for problems that have nothing to do with the black community. You find that blackness has been painted as something bad. They defend whiteness as if whiteness is something good or something superior. In their minds, they have sold the narrative that all black people are bad people. This white supremacist narrative that is pushed by the mainstream media. They have managed to sell the narrative that black people in America are thugs. Black people in America are involved in all gang violences, all of them. And according to them, white people have nothing to do with crime in America. Yet, on a keen look, that is not the case. White people do commit more crimes than the black community. And I know somebody may want to argue it in terms of percentages. That's not the case, because according to the mainstream media and the narrative that they push, it's almost like the white man is perfect. The white community has nothing to do with crime in America. And that's just but an example. There are so many things that are blamed upon black Americans. I don't know. I think, if at all, you know some of the things that do exist that black people are being blamed, whether or not they did it or not, then please, you can let me know about this in the comment section. In short, the white community have never had accountability whatsoever. They are always looking for another community to blame. They have never been accountable for their actions. Whenever they mess around, they go back looking for black people to blame. And for a very long time, in the course of history, this has happened over and over again, to the extent that some black people have now bought into the stereotype. Some black people now think that it's true. They think that black Americans do engage in gang violences, and black Americans are really bad the way that they are painted. I, being from Africa, for a very long time, I've been watching movies from box office, and I can tell you for a fact that the way these movies that were directed by white people do paint black people and the black community is not the way reality states. If anything, they do paint the black community as very bad people, painting black women as ratchet women, which is not the case. So kind of that is also what leads to black people or some black Americans buying into these stereotypes. You know, when a lie is told over and over again, it reaches a point whereby they now begin contemplating, what if this lie is the truth? And now they end up beginning hating themselves. But today, more than ever, more and more white people are waking up and admitting to the fact that also the white people do have atrocities, and admitting that the white race has committed more atrocities than any other race. Talk about the First and the Second World War, talk about slavery, talk about colonization of African countries, and so much more. You've had them in the video. So much atrocities that they have committed, but they fail to admit. But today, more and more white people are admitting. This only proves that bad behavior has no color. Enough with the reasoning that bad people or bad behavior only exists in the black community. Bad behavior exists in each and every race. Yes, there are some good white people. Yes, there are also some good black Americans. But that does not justify the fact that you go around spreading the rumor or the thought that bad people only exist in specific minority groups and not even the white group or the white population. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. Please let me know what your thoughts are concerning these in the comment section. As usual, if you enjoy the video, then please give it a thumbs up, and also consider supporting this channel by subscribing. I have been your presenter and your host, Kachina. Thank you for watching.